It's a beautiful start to what will be another great looking day. Enjoy the warm temperatures while they last though, because we have quite the chilly setup on the way. Those details are coming up.
We can rest now. We get to rest a little bit. It's just a huge relief.
5 inmates now back in the hands of law enforcement where the search ended, and why investigators are now questioning 3 people in the case. Plus, a motorcycle wreck leaves a former Perry mayor dead. A look at the impact he had on the city as people now mourn the loss of Jimmy Faircloth.
This week's My Teacher's Tops winner is making sure his students are connected. The big surprise is coming up next.
All the bins are out, the trucks are parked. Now we just need you to help us stuff them with food for families in need. We're going to tell you how you can donate coming up. Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. You are looking live over downtown Macon. It is 6:30 on this November the 17th. I'm Caitlin Heck.
And I'm Wanye Reese. Caitlin, you're not able to see this sunrise, but it's an absolutely beautiful look here in downtown Macon. How are things looking out there at Stuff the Truck?
You know, we're not quite getting that beautiful sunrise here just yet, but I'm sure we will. But you know what is beautiful is this bin right here. We've gotten some donations already since we talked to you last, so I can't wait to show you our progress and talk about how your donations are going to help families. I will say it hasn't gotten any warmer, I don't think, out here, though.
Well, we'll check in with Courtney right now, Caitlin, to see if she can work some weather magic and warm it up for you. What about that, Courtney?
Hey, I could try. This sunrise looks like it's about to warm us up really nicely. Just glowing out here. Wanya and I said this looks like the opening scene of The Lion King out there. Just really, really beautiful. Now, we did happen to reach our coolest temperature. That always happens right before sunrise. So it will start to warm up for you out there, Caitlin. And we're going to warm pretty quickly today, too. 43 right now in the city of Macon. You're looking live, of course, on top of Atrium Health Navicent. A beautiful morning out there. Temperatures are generally in the low 40s, so we are a little warmer than we have been the past couple of days. We're at 42 where Caitlin is in Warner Robins, 42 in Gordon, 39 in Cochrane. The cool spots are Dublin and Wrightsville at 37 for the start of the day, and we're at 43 in Thomaston. So for the most part, we're in the low 40s to kick off the morning. As we go through the day, we are going to warm quickly. By lunchtime, we'll be near 70. We'll top out in the mid 70s today. That'll be in the early afternoon. For that ride home, we'll be in the low 70s around 5 o'clock. Now, hopefully you've been enjoying these 70s and hold on to them because it's going to change. We're going to be quite chilly as we round out the 7-day forecast. I'll have all the details in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Courtney. New from overnight, 5 escaped Pulaski County inmates are now all back in jail this morning. That's according to John Edgar with the U.S. Marshals Southeastern Fugitive Task Force.
Oh, it's huge. We're protecting the community. These guys needed to be arrested. These guys were desperate. I was afraid that they were going to do something very dangerous, and the longer they stayed out, there was a better chance that somebody in the community was going to get hurt or robbed. So I'm glad we got these guys.
The search for all 5 ended in Warner Robins, about 30 minutes from the jail in Hawkinsville. You might remember that's where the inmates escaped from last Friday night. The case broke open Sunday evening when authorities found Tyree Jackson and Lewis Evans III then. Yesterday, Edgar says several agencies, including the Warner Robins Police Department, captured the other 3. That's Dennis Penix Jr., Brandon Pooler, and Tyree Williams. Edgar says authorities are questioning 3 people for harboring some of the inmates and hindering the investigation. It's 6:34. We have new information in a deadly shooting around Macon's Pleasant Hill neighborhood. Bibb deputies arrested a suspect in the case that left 24-year-old Shawn Watts and 18-year-old Cleveland Rains hurt. The sheriff's office says 24-year-old Khalil Rains drove his brother Cleveland to the hospital. While their investigators took Khalil Rains to question him about the shooting, they arrested him and charged him with murder. The shooting happened yesterday afternoon on Greer Street. More arrests could come as this investigation continues. Now investigators say 3 people ran away from where the shooting happened. As of last night, Sheriff David Davis says deputies took 1 in for questioning, but 2 were still on the run. It's unclear if Rains was one of the people who were taken in for questioning. So sad. Praying for his family. What a wonderful man. Great heart. He will truly be missed. This is how you're reacting to the death of a former Perry mayor. It came after a motorcycle wreck in Twiggs County. Coroner Harold Reese identified the driver as former Perry mayor Jimmy Faircloth. Georgia State Patrol says the accident happened around 4 yesterday afternoon on Highway 96 when traffic slowed down. They say Faircloth lost control after hitting the brakes and was thrown from the bike. Reese says medics flew Faircloth to a local hospital where he later died. Faircloth served as mayor of Perry for 9.5 years before stepping down in 2019, citing work and personal obligations. He is responsible for the creation of several community events like the city's New Year's Eve Buzzer Drop and the Perry Music Festival. Our prayers here at 13 are with everyone impacted by his loss. Now let's get you to some headlines from across the state. The murder trial for 3 men accused in the 2020 shooting death of Ahmaud Arbery continues today. This morning, the defense begins their case. This comes after prosecutors rested their case on yesterday after 8 days of testimony. Our station out of Jacksonville, Florida, says William Roddy Bryan's attorneys will present his opening statement today. Bryan, along with father and son Greg and Travis McMichael, face murder charges in the case. Housing activists, tenants, and lawmakers are pressuring Georgia agency to speed up the handout of hundreds of millions of dollars in federal aid. It's aimed at preventing evictions in the state. Congress set aside nearly $1 billion in funding for Georgia to help tenants pay past due rent and utility bills during the pandemic, but the state struggled to get the money out. At a rally yesterday in Atlanta, protesters demanded faster help to prevent evictions. The State Department of Community Affairs gives out the funds. The agency says it's added staff and extended working hours to process applications. It's 6:37. We now know where Bibb County will get the money to pay for the Macon Mall project. Last night, commissioners agreed to borrow up to $40 million to fund it. The project is to help revitalize the old mall and Eisenhower Parkway and build an amphitheater next door. Now that it passed, the Urban Development Authority will issue revenue bonds. Miller says with the passing last night, he hopes to get through the legal process within the next 30 days and break ground on the mall project by this upcoming February. Well, the time is now 6:37 a.m. and we were just talking about it not too long ago, 8 days until Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And I was looking at the 7-day, Courtney, and when you said 20s,
oh yeah,
my ears peaked up, but it seems
yeah.
like we might get some ice on the window
yeah,
next week.
Right, we could have some of the coldest air of the season on the way as we head into next week. We have a couple of fronts that are going to roll on through over the next several days, and it's going to be the second one that's going to bring us into quite the cold setup. All right, yeah, Thanksgiving in 8 days, everyone. Can you believe it? I feel like this month has just flown by, which really has been the case for every month this year so far, it seems like. Now, of course, just in time for the holiday season to start, we do our Stuff the Truck event. It goes to help the Middle Georgia Community Food Bank, and it's going to be a great day to support a great cause. Caitlin has been out at the Watson Boulevard Walmart location where you can go and drop off non-perishable food items this morning. So go give her a nice hello and donate. And today, the forecast is going to be great. So no rain to get in your way at all, just lots of sunshine and 70s. It's going to be warm for the afternoon. So if you plan on maybe heading out to any of our locations, we'll have more details on where those are this morning, and you can find that on our website or our app. It's going to be wonderful. Low 70s. And then as we head into the evening tonight, mid 60s. Now we're going to be warm thanks to the fact that we're underneath a warm front. High pressure to our south giving us a southerly flow, but the forecast will change by the weekend as the trailing cold front of this weather system rolls through the area. In the meantime, a gorgeous start to the day. Look at this glowing sunrise, phenomenal. And now that the sun is up, we're going to warm very quickly. It is a cold start though, 37 in the city of Dublin. Area wide, we're generally in the low 40s. Dublin definitely one of the cooler spots this morning. We're at 43 in Macon, 42 in Warner Robins, 45 in Montezuma, 41 in Forsyth, 38 down in Eastman, and 41 in Sandersville. Now we're only going to go up from there temperature wise. We're going to warm very nicely. We're going to stay dry today. Cold front will start to move in tomorrow. That's going to offer a rain chance to parts of the southeast like Alabama and Mississippi and Tennessee, even northwest Georgia as we head into tomorrow afternoon. Now the timing of this front, very important to our forecast. This is about the heat of the day. Notice the front not moved through the area yet, so we will have another round of upper 70s tomorrow after a day in the mid to upper 70s today. Maybe a stray shower along that front. That's going to about do it. And then a wedge builds in just in time for the weekend. So what does that mean? We're going to be quite cold for the weekend. Friday will be in the mid 60s after a day tomorrow in the upper 70s, and then we'll stay in the low 60s Saturday. That next front will be on the way by Monday. Notice temperatures in the low 60s for that as well. Maybe a stray shower ahead of our front. There looks like there's a disturbance that's going to be off the Atlantic coast that could bring us a shower Sunday. Next front on Monday afternoon, that could bring us a rain chance. And then that cold air that Wanya and I were talking about could potentially be in the 20s by Wednesday morning. Your 7-day forecast looks like this. Warm today, maybe a stray sprinkle tomorrow. That will be in the 60s beyond that. Next front comes on Monday, bringing us a rain chance and putting us near 30 Tuesday morning with highs only near 50.
Well, thank you so much, Courtney. Before we go to break, it's time to check back in with Stuff the Truck. All morning long, you can head out to Walmart locations across Central Georgia to help families in need. Our Caitlin Heck is live out there right now. She joins us from the Warner Robins location. So, Caitlin, I hear you have a very special guest out there with you to explain what kind of impacts that these donations have. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Juana. Yes, we have the executive director with the Middle Georgia Community Food Bank, Kathy McCollum, out with us bright and early this morning. She's brave enough to have already shed her coat this morning. I'm not quite there yet, but we want to talk about the impact that your donations are going to have when you help us to fill this bin behind us. So, Kathy, talk about the people that you all serve with these donations.
We cover an area of 24 counties in Middle Georgia, where it's estimated that there are over 102,000 people who are food insecure. That means they don't have what they need to consistently put nutritious food on their table for their family. And you can help by being a part of that today by donating non-perishable foods to the Middle Georgia Community Food Bank.
And how do you all take these donations and get them to those people who need them?
We have a network of about 170 partner agencies throughout our 24 county area. Most of these are food pantries where people can go to get emergency groceries. We have backpack agencies, after school programs, soup kitchens, all sorts of ways that people in Middle Georgia can find food assistance. And we have a great list of those food pantries on our website.
Well, we thank you for being out here with us bright and early this morning so we can help get some more donations to fill these bins. You see that all your donations will make such a big impact all across Central Georgia. So in your community, you can help people as you get ready for the holiday season, and you even get a nifty sticker when you donate here. So you get a sticker, you get to donate, you get to feel good about what you've done. And we're going to hear more from Kathy coming up at 6:47 about how your donations are going to make an impact. So make sure you stay with us for that. We'll be right back.